Greetings all! Today we will be examining the uncommon normal type Pokemon Bouffalant, the Bash Buffalo Pokémon. Scary just by appearances alone, and definitely not worth aggravating, Bouffalant are rugged mammals that can more than give the horns and skull to anything that tries to disturb them.
Bouffalant have a rugged quadrupedal form with light brown hair on their small tail and body and a muddier shade of brown fur on their lower legs, with grey coloured hooves and snout. Their yellow eyes stand out strongly from the massive afro of thick dark brown fur that covers the majority of their head, as well as the massive horns that jut out from the sides of said hairpiece, with a pair of yellow organic keratin rings on each horn.
Bouffalant have unfortunately earned a poor reputation among people because of their destructive powers. They might appear to be just as violent as Tauros, but they are actually benign creatures that rarely ever lash out against others for any reason.
Unlike Tauros, which are well known for their violent tempers, Bouffalant are usually quite calm and enjoy spending their time grazing out in open fields or simply lounging about under clear skies. Bouffalant tend to travel in herds of about 20 members and move around nomadically throughout the year, traveling towards open fields in the spring and summer and moving uphill where hardier plants grow in the fall and winter, a diet responsible for them potentially having access to the sap sipper ability as a base ability. Although their horns are quite large and menacing in appearance, they are mainly only used during mating season and headbutting competitions with one another. Otherwise, they are there merely for decoration. In fact, the ring-like growths on their horns are designed to act as guards during these competitions, adding just enough extra space between opposing Bouffalant to keep their horns from traveling far enough to gore vital organs. However, it is important to note that Bouffalant do possess explosive tempers and, if angered sufficiently, will destroy everything in their path until they get over their frustration. While it certainly takes more effort to get a Bouffalant to that point than it would a Tauros, they tend to maintain that furious state for much longer periods of time and can strike with enough force to send a train flying from a head-on collision, making them exceptionally dangerous for trainers and animal tamers in general to deal with. What makes Bouffalant particularly difficult to control, however, is the fact that they barely feel any pain from head-on collisions. The thick mat of fluffy fur covering their heads consists of hundreds of layers of super thin hairs that lock together to form a tight weave of material that acts much like Kevlar, absorbing massive quantities of kinetic energy without buckling or transmitting most of it to the wearer. Aside from granting Bouffalant natural access to a host of powerful physical attacks, such as Thrash and Giga Impact, as well as helping to explain the position of Reckless as a base ability, as well as creating enough of a sound barrier that they can potentially have Soundproof as a hidden ability, it also allows them to utilize a massively powerful headbutt-like attack known as the Head Charge attack.
This massively powerful strike shares commonalities with both the Headbutt and Head Smash attacks, and effectively lies as a midpoint between the two moves.
While it still retains the typing of the Headbutt attack, the amount of sheer force delivered in the attack is enough to both knock an opponent on its feet, negating its effectiveness and causing flinching, and deliver sufficient recoil damage to the user, about 25% of the damage dealt, which is half that of the Head Smash attack. The fluffy hair on the heads of Bouffalant act as a potent sink for kinetic energy during this attack, absorbing most of the attack's recoil while simultaneously protecting the otherwise normal skulls of Bouffalant from serious damage. In practice, a single Bouffalant can crush a car or derail an entire train with a Head Charge attack, proving the attack's extreme effectiveness in delivering blunt force trauma. Not surprisingly, Bouffalant tend to take full advantage of this incredible power and will wildly charge into everything they see while angry, making anything short of a solid steel structure vulnerable to complete internal destruction. As far as the societal importance of this hair goes, it is noted that individuals with larger heads of hair tend to hold higher societal positions in their herd, and for reasons that are still unknown, if they betrayed the herd in some way, the hair will fall off, leaving them fairly defenseless up front. As a whole, lastly looking at their combat abilities, these creatures, as one might expect, are not that fast and cannot make good use of special attacks, so the base special attack and speed stats are below average for fully evolved normal type Pokemon. Everything else though is above average, making these rugged beasts powerful adversaries not worth underestimating just because they don't look all that special.
Though they might not have many bells and whistles to them, Bouffalant are still potent creatures that can more than make their mark against anything that stands in their way. You might have to be careful not to anger them if trying to catch one for yourself, but for those that are patient, they can definitely prove to be an offensive beast that only heavily armored foes will have a good chance of taking the worst from while staying in one piece.
Just do yourself a favor and try not to anger these brutes if they are just minding their own business. They might not be able to charge very fast, but get caught in their way and taking the bull by the horns may be your undoing when said horns pierce or crush you into a broken heap on impact.
Thank you all for watching this video. It is always a pleasure to help teach others about the world of Pokemon and the many facets of it that exist in both the world we call home and the world they call home. If you'd like, please leave a comment and subscribe and ring the bell to this channel to get regular updates on content and anything else that might be going on. You can find me and my written work on DeviantArt under the name Utitus and be informed of information and content uploads on my Twitter page and my Patreon page. Donations are always welcome. Always remember, the world of Pokemon is a vast and varied place, and there's no telling what secrets might be hiding just around the corner. So keep watch, stay vigilant, and always prepare for the unexpected. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.